This is ABC7 News at 5. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Haley has the night off. Thanks so much for being with us. First tonight, devastating flood damage in southern Manatee County. Days of heavy rains flooded the entire Center Lake community in the Whitfield area, forcing dozens of residents to evacuate. Now the water has receded and families are starting to return to their homes to see what, if anything, can be salvaged. ABC7's Dwayne Lindo joins us live from the neighborhood with what these families are returning home to find. Dwayne?
Well, Scott, I got to tell you, I've spoken to over a dozen residents, many of them cleaning up their front yards. Even after all of the water is gone, looking at the aftermath, they're still in shock.
Braden River Middle School yearbooks, I mean, they're ruined.
A list of books and nostalgic items accumulated over the years now have to be thrown out after many of the homes in this community were flooded. When Steve Strickler initially saw the damage in his home, he was almost brought to tears.
I've been in this neighborhood 15 years. We saw the street flood a little bit and it come up into the driveway, but nothing like this, and it happened fast.
Doing his best to maintain a positive outlook.
We lost a lot of things, and it's things that are replaceable, but we're safe.
For resident Catherine Reinfant, this unexpected disaster has taken its toll.
It's mental and it's stress, and it's you think about your work, you think about your life in your house and your vehicles, and you can't even describe the feeling.
In her home, most everything was destroyed.
All my furniture, walls are going to have to be replaced, the floor.
The community as a whole feeling the effects, as most are without power. Pieces of trash are spread out all over lawns, and homes gutted, ready to be thrown out into dumpsters, many of them leaving a home they've lived in for years.
Luckily, we have a good support system. It's a little tight. We have 2 large dogs, but we're lucky or very fortunate.
From what I understand, it's going to take a year or so until you get back in.
We're looking at 3 to 6 months, depending on how fast we can get things done. I mean, we're prepared to rent a place for a year if that's what it takes.
But some are still wondering if it's worth coming back.
It's not going to be very safe here. Next flood or next rain, and I'm going to sit and freak out,
Now, just like many communities in the area, they're looking for the city, or in this case, the county, to step up and try to prevent an outcome like this from happening again. Reporting live in Manatee County, Dwayne Lindo, your Suncoast News.
Devastating stories there. Thank you, Dwayne. Some people living in another condo complex in Bradenton are dealing with similar flood damage problems tonight. Flooding caused significant damage at Shady Brook Village. Out of the 177 units there, 33 were damaged. Some condos had about 2 feet of water inside. Today, management and contractors met with residents to talk about cleanup efforts and the process of getting new cabinets, flooring, all those things installed. One woman found herself right in the middle of the flooding while driving home from the grocery store.
The rain just kind of started and it didn't stop. And I barely made it home because of all the flooding on Whitfield. People were going off the roads and ditches.
Bacteria levels were also checked. The condos were also damaged by flooding from Tropical Storm Hermine just last year. Let's get another check now on our weather with First Alert Weather Forecast Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. We needed a dry out, and we're getting it today, Bob.
We certainly are, and the places you were showing right there, Scott, Whitfield, northeast Whitfield, reported unofficially 22 inches of rainfall from Friday to Monday. 22 inches of rain. That was the highest total thus far. All that rain now has shifted northward as a result of that trough of low pressure moving in that direction, and some drier air has moved in. And Harvey continues to gain a little strength. It's over water right now. Top winds are at 50 miles an hour, but still, it's not the wind, it's the rain that causes the most problems, and they are seeing that right now with that historic flooding going on over portions of East Texas. For us, flooding going on to the north of us now. We've seemed to have dried out here, but see, the rivers are still having flood warnings. We have the Peace River, the Horse Creek in DeSoto County, as well as the Myakka River at the Myakka State Park, flooding taking place there, and also the Manatee River at the Myakka Head taking place, flooding there. We're getting some minor reports of flooding. The flood stages have all been over the top of the flood stages, expected to go below, it looks like, over the weekend if the rain stays away. Now, we have a pretty good chance of some storms coming back into the weather picture. A dry day tomorrow, though, Scott. Those things are looking much better. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. Now to the devastating flooding in southeast Texas. At least 8 people are confirmed dead, and another family has told officials there that 6 family members are believed dead after being swept away in a van by floodwaters. Houston police say one officer drowned on the way to work, trapped in his flooded patrol car. ABC's Lana Zach is in Houston with the recovery efforts.
President Donald Trump and First Lady Melania arrived in Corpus Christi to receive a briefing on the historic floods.
This was of epic proportion. Nobody's ever seen anything like this.
Many of the officials present told the president that recovery is just beginning.
Recovery is a slow process, but rest assured that we're doing everything we can.
In Houston, an epic rescue effort continues around the clock to save people trapped by rising floodwaters. And this man, stuck on top of his car, waited for crews in a dinghy to spirit him to dry ground. We saw firsthand how evacuated residents are filling shelters beyond capacity.
We're not going to turn people away.
The emergency shelter at the convention center in downtown Houston was meant to house 5,000 people. It's now almost doubled that, beyond capacity at nearly 9,000 and growing. The mayor promised more shelters will open and has requested more cots. To make matters worse, a pair of old reservoir dams built 70 years ago to protect downtown Houston are now overflowing their levees, adding to the rising floodwaters. The floodgates at other dams are releasing water at twice their normal rate, trying to relieve some of the pressure. And the 5 consecutive days of rain has set a new U.S. record for rainfall for a tropical system. One weather station southeast of Houston reported over 49 inches of rain as of Tuesday morning.
More than 1 trillion gallons have been dumped here on top of Harris County. And to give you some perspective of what all of that means, it's enough to fuel Niagara Falls for 15 days. Reporting from Houston, Lana Zach, ABC News.
And coming up at 5:30, dangerous boat rescues. The Cajun Navy from Louisiana is one of many groups saving people and pets. The group saved 7 dogs from one home. Coming up a little later. Here on the Suncoast, investigators are working 2 separate death investigations, one in Manatee County and another in Sarasota. Manatee County Sheriff's deputies say they found the body of 20-year-old Corey Iwanski inside a car behind a plaza on 53rd Avenue East in Bradenton. Foul play is suspected. Deputies say Iwanski was last seen by his mother on Saturday. He was reported missing yesterday. Investigators will await an autopsy to find out how he died. In Sarasota, police are investigating a suspicious death. Police say they found the body of a man at 22nd Street and Palmadelia Avenue last night around 9 o'clock. Police say they're still trying to identify the victim. They have not released any information about a possible suspect or motive. If you have any information about this death, you're asked to call Sarasota Police. A big inconvenience for some people living and working in the Gulfgate area of Sarasota today. Firefighters were called to a shopping complex on Gulfgate Drive around 10:30 this morning. A construction crew accidentally hit a natural gas line, breaking it. The entire complex was evacuated, as well as part of a mobile home park behind it. Around 20 firefighters arrived, and gas company crews were able to fix the leak by about 2 o'clock, but they had to do that work in some brutal conditions.
With the heat and the humidity, it takes a toll on our firefighters. That's why we call extra people to the alarms to be able to rotate our crews in and out and handle the call more efficiently.
One firefighter on the scene was injured and taken to the hospital for treatment. The nature of the injury has not been released yet. An effort is underway to restore the Confederate War Memorial in Manatee County. A citizens coalition is calling for Manatee County commissioners to, quote, do the right thing and re-erect the monument. They're calling commissioners' recent vote to remove the statue from in front of the old courthouse in Bradenton scandalous, unacceptable, and disrespectful to American veterans. The group has started a petition to give to county commissioners.
Laura is not going to be bullied by Black Lives Matter, the Uhuru movement, Antifa, and anarchists. That's not who we are. Our state is too great to accept all that hate.
Not only does the petition ask commissioners to put the monument back, it also calls for the resignation of some commissioners and asks state lawmakers to protect all Confederate statues throughout the state. ABC7 business commentator Richard Stern joins us now. And Richard, a big intraday turnaround on Wall Street today.
Scott, absolutely. Obviously, the news overnight about the missiles being shot out of North Korea took their toll, and the Dow Jones Industrial Average was down by 135 points after only 15 minutes of trading. But shortly thereafter, we got news that the Consumer Confidence Index is the highest it's been in 17 years. Yes, People are out spending money. Apparently, that's better than a missile falling, because when all was said and done, we finished at the high of the day well better than the minus 135. Let's take a look at the numbers. There you see the Dow finished with a gain of almost 57 points, 1/4%. 21,865.17 on volume of 608 million shares. The NASDAQ had a good day as well, up 0.3%, almost 19 points, closing at 6,301.89. That on volume of 1,409 million shares. The S&P, with all that up movement, barely went anywhere, up 2 points, not even 0.1%, closing at 2,446.30. Well, Best Buy did not live up to its name today, perhaps even a worst buy. Its shares fell by 11.7%. That despite the fact that the company announced second quarter earnings that were record earnings both on the top and the bottom line. So how can that possibly happen? Well, it can happen because the CEO said that they've been able to have some very favorable profit margins over the last quarter or so, but because of increased competition throughout the electronics industry, those are not sustainable. What he basically said is, we've had a great run, but I don't think we can keep it up. Down went the stock by 11.7%. Huge.
And what's the news on Apple today, Richard?
Scott just keeps on going. Closed at 163, an all-time record. We are 2 weeks away from the release of the iPhone 8. A big deal.
It sure is. All right. Richard, thank you so much for the update.
You are welcome.
Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, more top officers resigning over speeding ticket quotas. How the quota rumors are hurting the Florida Highway Patrol. And we'll get back to Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. He'll take a look at our first alert weather forecast for the rest of the work week. Plus, the amount of dirt and grime on your cell phone is way more than a toilet seat. Now, you can make sure that the device you carry with you everywhere is sanitary.
The ABC7 Stock Report is brought to you by Sunset Cadillac. Watch your Suncoast News at 6 on your streaming device for a chance to win a $50 Visa. It's easy. Just watch weekdays at 6 for the word of the week. Then enter the word at mysuncoast.com for your shot at a $50 Visa. We'll pick the winner each week. Good luck. Get all the local information you need before you leave home in the morning. Watch Good Morning Suncoast weekdays on ABC7 to get breaking news, plus first alert weather and traffic focused on where you live. ABC7, we're here for you.
Now's the perfect time to work with California Closets. During our Shades of White event, save up to 20% on our beautiful white finishes for any space in your home. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
At Tidewell Hospice, we know it's never too late to say thank you to our military veterans. The Tidewell Honors Veterans Program has provided care to more than 13,000 military families since 2008. Tidewell volunteers help honor veterans through special pinning ceremonies that demonstrate our appreciation for the freedom our veterans fought to defend. If you know a veteran who can benefit from end-of-life care, call or visit tidewell.org today. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
This is important news for women who were administered chemotherapy intravenously for breast cancer and then suffered permanent hair loss. Some women administered the breast cancer chemotherapy drug Taxotere have suffered from permanent hair loss on scalp, eyebrows, and eyelashes. If you suffered permanent hair loss after chemotherapy for breast cancer, call the law offices of Davis & Crump right now to find out if you are eligible for a cash award and medical expenses. Call now. Operators are standing by.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate or shop at Goodwill,
I am creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
The The ABC7 First Alert Hurricane Guide arms you with vital information to protect your family and property when severe weather threatens the Suncoast, including how to create your readiness plan and survival kit. Visit mysuncoast.com and download yours today.
Now's the perfect time to work with California Closets. During our Shades of White event, save up to 20% on our beautiful white finishes for any space in your home. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Another high-ranking Florida Highway Patrol official resigns over speeding ticket quotas. The FHP's second highest-ranking official is resigning amid an ongoing review into whether troopers were ordered to meet ticket quotas. Lieutenant Colonel Michael Thomas resigned after it was discovered he sent an email that encouraged troopers to write at least 2 tickets an hour. In his resignation letter, Thomas says the email was a grave error and could have been interpreted as an order to supervisors. And earlier this month, a major with Tallahassee's Troop H resigned after he told troopers they were not writing enough tickets. Top state officials say ticket quotas are not allowed. Well, what a difference a few days can make. One of our viewers, 9-year-old Mallory Edwards, took this video of street flooding along Rinling Parkway and US 41 in Sarasota. This was around 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday. Now, most of that water, of course, has receded. There are only just some scattered reports of flooding in the area roads. Some puddles and stuff remain, but at the height of the rainfall over the weekend, it was a mess on a lot of roads in the area.
Yeah, I missed it for the most part. I was up my 80th birthday for my mother and a surprise party up there, but I heard a lot and saw it on Facebook, obviously. More rain with this Invest 92 than we saw with Hermine last year. Yeah. And right there near the airport. A lot of people say it never rains at the airport, but they got their fair share. Finally, some sunshine today, some drier air, and the flooding and the flood watch, for the most part, expiring now for Manatee and Sarasota counties. We still have flooding, though, flooding in all the rivers around the Suncoast, from Hardee County, DeSoto, Sarasota, and Manatee counties. We have some flooding going on as we speak. Now, Van Way's a webcam showing that clear sky for the most part. Different story with Harvey. It continues to spin right there by Galveston, pumping moisture now into East Texas. You'll notice Houston right here not getting the torrential downpours with the rainfall rates at 2 to 3 inches an hour, but still any kind of rain, and all this is kind of washing down into the rivers and streams there into Houston. It has to get to the Gulf of Mexico. So it is not over by any stretch. The rain has lessened, but the flooding is going to continue there for days, and it looks like more rain now in for Louisiana too, as Harvey slowly works its way northward, about as fast as you can walk, maybe even a little slower than that. You can see what's happening here. The rain is gone for the most part, not much to show you. It has moved to the north. Drier air has slipped in from the south just in time, and that Invest area that we were watching, Invest 92, does not appear that it's going to develop at this time. However, there's another system out there in the Atlantic which looks like it will. Now, these are storm total estimates from the Doppler radar site, and they don't always get the exact accurate amount, but they kind of give you a feeling as to where the heavy rainfall is. And this one over the past 4 days showing right there by the airport up near Whitfield and Bayshore Gardens. Again, that 14.2 inches. We know the airport reported over 16.5 inches, so this is underestimating a little bit, but it gives you a sense of what was going on. Even the south end of Longboat Key, nearly 10 inches, and places to the south, another pocket right there into Venice and South Venice. That's why we saw the flooding there. Northport, not as much, but still, although this is 5.8, I suspect it's much higher than that in some areas around Northport. I know Palmer Ranch had a rain gauge there at 14 inches plus, so it continues to be a problem. Again, tonight, 80-degree temperatures. It's going to be warm. It's going to be muggy, too. We have this dry air in the upper levels of the atmosphere. That is what's moved in. You can see it right there, the border at I-4. To the south thereof, not much going on. To the north, still a lot of moisture squeezing in parts of north central Florida. Currently, at the Sarasota-Brady Airport, it's 88 degrees now, and the dew point way up there at 78. That makes it feel much warmer. Southwest winds are at 10. Forecast tomorrow, finally, a day of sunshine throughout most of it. 91 degrees into the low 90s. It will be feeling like about 102 degrees with the heat index. The futurecast is showing maybe a few spotty showers this evening, but not much. Notice tomorrow, though, not much going on at all. We'll keep the rain chance at 10% as we move through time with that sea breeze. There's just not enough moisture to really be much of a problem. Thursday, there'll be a few showers around, but not that much. Friday, though, we get back into the numerous shower and thunderstorm in the afternoon and evening. Harvey, 50-mile-an-hour winds moving to the north-northeast at 6. and it's going to bring heavy rainfall over the next 2 days into Louisiana, so flooding likely throughout that region as it makes its way off to the northeast with that historic flood. Well, the next storm, a 90% chance of this developing as it moves off to the west. The forecast path and track still uncertain at this time. We're also looking at something that may be popping up here in the Caribbean, which could work, unfortunately, toward Texas next week. That's right, it could. We'll see how that plays out. With winds on the boat out on the water, southeast winds turn to the southwest at 10 knots. Seas will be 2 to 3 feet with a light chop on the bays and inland waters. The water temperature at 86 degrees. During the height of the rainfall, it got down to 83, so it cooled down. Now it's going to warm back up into the upper 80s. Sunset will be at 7:54, high tide at 8:59, and a low tide at 1:01. Tonight's forecast, mostly fair. No rain to worry about. Warm and muggy, though, 79 for a low. And then tomorrow, look for sunshine, bright sunshine. The rain chance only at 10%. 92 degrees, though. It will be a warm one. The extended forecast, getting back into some showers on Thursday. Not a lot, but a few in the afternoon and evening. And then we start to open up again with showers and storms, and the ground's saturated. Even though we'll have a couple of dry days, it'll still stay rather saturated, so we could see some more minor flooding problems. Scott, back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. Now to first alert traffic. Right now, we're seeing traffic backed up on US 301 in downtown Sarasota in the north and southbound lanes right near Fruitville Road. In health news tonight, inflammation is emerging as an even more important factor in heart attack risk. In a new paper published in the New England Journal of Medicine, scientists say they have proof that lowering inflammation alone without affecting cholesterol also reduces the risk of a heart attack. In this study, people who had previously had heart attacks were given a drug that reduces inflammation, and they had a 15% lower chance of having a heart attack or stroke compared to people who did not get the drug. Well, believe it or not, cell phones have 10 times more bacteria than most toilet seats. The good news is most of it will not make you sick, but some can, so there are ways to keep your devices cleaner. Keep your phone out of the bathroom. When the toilet flushes, bacteria, including E. coli, goes everywhere. To sanitize your phone, you can use a combination of 60% water and 40% rubbing alcohol. Just dip a cloth in the solution and gently wipe across your phone. Coming up, a college football player collapses while practicing here in Florida. What university officials say happened on the field. Plus, nuns with guns on the run, where police are trying to track down women who use costumes to try to rob a bank. That's coming up.
Hi, I'm Joan London with A Place for Mom. Over the years, we've helped thousands of families find senior care, and today's senior living communities have never been better. With amazing amenities like movie theaters, exercise rooms and swimming pools, public cafes, bars and bistros, even pet care services. And nobody understands your options like the advisors at A Place for Mom. These are local expert advisors that will partner with you to find the perfect place and determine the right level of care, whether that's just a helping hand or full-time memory care. Best of all, it's a free service. Call today. A Place for Mom. You know your family, we know senior living. Together, we'll make the right choice.
Call A Place for Mom right now to get our free ebook on financing senior care, as well as a free referral for senior living communities in your area. Call 1-800-290-0352. That's 1-800-290-0352.
Tell me how the day unfolds. Traffic fast or traffic slow. This feeling is so fine, I gotta say. You're just a touch away. You're everywhere, got you everywhere. Everywhere I go, whoa, go. Everywhere I go, whoa, everywhere I go.
Florida's coral reefs are declining. Bad news for our oceans and marine life. Fortunately, you can help, and you don't have to dive, you just have to drive. When you purchase Moat's Protect Our Reefs license plate, $25 goes directly to Moat Marine Laboratory, whose research, restoration, and conservation programs are helping this precious natural resource thrive once again. So get your Moat Protect Our Reefs license plate today. You just might hold the key to saving Florida's reefs.
A lot of fun. You got to come out.
We come down from Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
Stetson University in Central Florida mourning the loss of a student athlete who died after collapsing during football practice. Just after practice started yesterday, Nicholas Blakely told coaches he wasn't feeling well. A short time later, he collapsed and was taken to the hospital where he later died. Having been redshirted last season, Blakely hadn't yet played a game at the university level. Today, athletic director and Sarasota native Jeff Altier spoke about Blakely's passing.
I don't know that you can ever prepare for a tragic event like we experienced yesterday, and the loss of a life of a young man. Very healthy, very vibrant, friendly, cheerful young man.
Plans are now being made for Blakely's memorial service. Caught on camera in Pennsylvania, a nun with a gun. Police are looking for two women who tried to rob a Tannersville bank dressed as nuns. The women wore full habits and veils and demanded money, but police say a teller pulled an alarm and sent the gun-toting nuns on the run. They didn't score any cash and were gone before police arrived. The FBI is now investigating. Some kids in Pittsburgh are getting the royal treatment. Administrators rolled out the red carpet to welcome students back to school. The kids were treated to a royal greeting, surrounded by teachers and parents. A DJ played fun music to keep the kids moving, and the school superintendent even joined in on the fun. Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, a river overflowing the banks, a neighborhood in Venice still underwater. We'll show you the damage in the Myakka area straight ahead.
Now's the perfect time to work with California Closets. During our Shades of White event, save up to 20% on our beautiful white finishes for any space in your home. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Discover all the reasons the experts love Subaru during the Subaru A Lot to Love event at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru is the best overall brand for 2 years running and the most trusted brand for 3 years running, according to Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com. Right now, you can lease one of Subaru's most versatile vehicles, the Subaru Crosstrek, for as little as $189 a month, or get 0% financing. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential. There's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline if you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death. You must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
Watch your Suncoast News at 6 on your streaming device for a chance to win a $50 Visa. It's easy. Just watch weekdays at 6 for the word of the week. Then enter the word at mysuncoast.com for your shot at a $50 Visa. We'll pick the winner each week. Good luck. Watch ABC7 wherever you are. Just search ABC7 on your streaming device to keep up with the Suncoast from the comfort of your couch. Download ABC7 now to watch us on TV anytime you want. ABC7. We're here for you wherever you are.
Now's the perfect time to work with California Closets. During our Shades of White event, save up to 20% on our beautiful white finishes for any space in your home. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.